You walked through the door today, held your cat close, offered up a treat, and felt secure in the knowledge that you're a wonderful owner. Yet consider this. What if your cat's deepest dread is tied to something you did only this morning? No cruelty intended, no failure of care, just affection aimed in the wrong direction. Stay with me, because by the time we get to number 4, most cat owners go completely silent. Welcome to Feline Mind. If you care about your cat's emotional world, hit subscribe right now, because this is exactly what this channel is about. Cats aren't just animals that eat, sleep, and bat at toy mice. Science has confirmed what many of us have long suspected. Cats have an emotional intelligence, roughly equivalent to a 2 to 3-year-old human child. They feel joy, frustration, insecurity, and, yes, genuine heartbreak. The problem is that most of the things hurting them aren't the obvious ones. They're the small, daily, well-intentioned habits that slowly chip away at your cat's trust, confidence, and happiness. Let's get into it. Number 1, and this one hits hard. You stare into their eyes for too long, thinking you're expressing love. Think about what happens in your cat's brain when you gaze directly into their eyes, trying to convey affection the human way. It's not just mild discomfort, it's a primal alarm. Cats are descendants of animals that are both predator and prey. In the feline world, prolonged, unbroken eye contact isn't love, it's a threat. It's the lock on before the pounce or the challenge stare between two rival cats. When you hold that gaze with your cat, even filled with adoration, you're not building connection. You're triggering an ancient fear response that says, I'm being targeted. This environment is not safe. I must prepare to flee or fight. This is why your cat suddenly turns their head away, gives you a slow blink, or simply gets up and walks off. That's not aloofness. That's them attempting to diffuse what they perceive as a threat. The slow blink, that's the I love you in cat language. It means, I'm relaxed enough around you to close my eyes. The irony? The owners who want the deepest bond with their cat are often the ones using the wrong kind of gaze. What actually works? Learn to speak, cat. Shift your gaze away, blink slowly, then look elsewhere. When your cat slow blinks at you, return the gesture. Let your cat decide the duration of eye contact. Your cat should feel that your gaze upon them signals safety and relaxation, not surveillance and tension. Keep watching, because the next one on this list is something almost every cat owner does within the first 5 minutes of getting home. Number 2, you greet your cat with too much excited energy. Here's the scene. You walk through the door, your cat hops down from the cat tree, and you squeal, you rush over, you want to scoop them up and snuggle them immediately. It feels like pure love, and partially it is. But what happens in the moments after that greeting? Many cats dart under the sofa the second you get close. They flatten their ears, their tail flicks rapidly, or they even swat at your outstretched hand. That's not aloofness. That's a nervous system that was overstimulated and doesn't know how to return to baseline. Cats don't actually need us to chase their attention. They need us to be the calm, predictable presence they can approach on their own terms. When we bombard them with intense energy at the door, we're essentially confirming that every human return is a high-stakes, high-alert event. Over time, cats who experience this consistently become cats that display defensive aggression, hiding behavior, or over-grooming during human interaction, because every departure and return has become an emotional event. Feline behaviorists describe this as inadvertent reinforcement of fear arousal. You're not doing it to hurt them, but the cat's brain registers the pattern. Owner leaves, owner returns, loud noises, and fast movements. Owner leaves again. The anticipation of that cycle is exhausting for the cat. Try this instead. Come home, stay calm. Ignore your cat completely. Go about your business and let them observe you for a few minutes. When they approach you, extend a single finger for them to sniff. Then offer a gentle chin scratch. Within a few days, you'll notice your cat becomes more willing to initiate contact overall. Not less loving, but more secure. And a secure cat is a loving cat. Number 3, you associate the carrier or crate only with bad things. Cat carriers and crates are indispensable tools in cat ownership when used correctly. Cats are intensely territorial animals. In nature, they rely on familiar scents, established pathways, and secure hiding spots to feel safe. A properly introduced carrier should feel like a mobile safe room, their portable sanctuary, a place saturated with their own scent, a retreat no matter where they go. But here's where it goes wrong. You only bring the carrier out when it's time for the vet, a bath, or moving house. You drag it out from deep storage, and the moment your cat sees it, they vanish under the bed. You've just done something psychologically significant. You've taken an object that should be a safety cue and attached it to the anticipation of fear, unfamiliar environments, and pain. Cats are exceptionally powerful at forming negative associations. Once the carrier becomes linked to bad things are about to happen, you've created a pre-exit battle every single time. Cats that once rested calmly in their carriers become cats that frantically struggle, bite, scratch, or even lose control of their bladder inside. Never store the carrier out of sight, only to be retrieved before a bad event. Leave it out. Make it a piece of normal furniture, place a soft blanket inside, sprinkle some catnip, or toss in treats. Make it a place your cat chooses to enter for a nap. When the carrier becomes that kind of place, you have an incredibly powerful tool for travel, emergencies, and their own sense of security in strange environments. Don't go anywhere. We're about to get to something most cat owners laugh off, but which research shows genuinely damages the trust between you and your cat. Number 4, when your cat is scared, you find it cute and laugh at them. A loud crash echoes through the house. Your cat puffs up, arches their back, their tail bristles to twice its size, or they wedge themselves into a space they absolutely should not fit into. And you laugh. Maybe you even pull out your phone to film it, posting with the caption, "Look at my little scaredy cat." You're not a bad person. But in that moment, your cat is experiencing something physiological. Adrenaline surging, cortisol flooding their bloodstream, heart pounding, the full fight or flight response of terror activated, and the one giant creature they rely on is standing there making happy sounds while pointing a glowing rectangle at them. Cats' sensitivity to human emotion and vocal tone far exceeds what most people realize. They assess environmental safety through the angle of ears, the shift of body weight, and every syllable we utter. When your response is completely disconnected from the fear they are experiencing, they don't understand the joke. They understand that you witnessed them at their most vulnerable, and your reaction was unpredictable. This gradually registers in their cognition as, when bad things happen, I cannot rely on this human to read the situation. This matters enormously because the foundation of a cat's confidence is the predictability of their environment and the reliability of their owner. Cats that perceive their owner as a quiet, steady anchor in frightening situations are cats that recover faster from scares and develop fewer chronic anxiety disorders. Cats that learn their owner is tone deaf to the moment, or worse, finds amusement in it, develop what behaviorists call generalized anxiety. They begin to fear more and more things because the world fundamentally feels full of unpredictable threats. When your cat is scared, your job is simple but crucial. Stay calm, stay quiet. Do not approach while laughing loudly. Do not use a high-pitched comforting voice. It sounds too much like a cat's distressed cry. Speak a few words in a low, even tone. Then go about your business. Let them hide in the safe corner they've chosen. When they emerge, act like nothing happened. This simple, no big deal attitude builds a cat that recovers faster from startles because they know my owner is stable, therefore the world is stable. Number 5, you touch their belly or you touch them in the wrong places. This one will have anyone who's ever been clawed by a cat nodding furiously. You love your cat. You want to show it, so when they roll over and expose that fluffy tummy, your hand reaches out uncontrollably. Then your hand is seized by 4 paws, rabbit kicked by hind legs, and teeth join the party. You withdraw your bloody hand, thinking, why did my cat just turn on me? Most people interpret a cat showing its belly as, pet me here. Feline behaviorists call this a trust display, and it is entirely different from an invitation to touch. Here's the biology. A cat's abdomen is the most vulnerable part of their body. All vital organs lie just beneath that thin layer of skin. In the wild, a cat only exposes this area when feeling absolutely safe and completely trusting. It is the ultimate social signal, meaning, I trust you not to attack my most vulnerable spot. Then your hand descends from above, straight toward that vulnerable spot. This isn't about whether they love you. This is about the deep neural wiring of a creature that is both predator and prey. They cannot override that defensive reflex. Watch closely next time. When your cat rolls over and shows their belly, is their tail gently swaying or is it twitching rapidly? Are the ears forward or flattened and swiveled sideways? Is the body soft or slightly tensed? The vast majority of cats overwhelmingly prefer being touched on. The chin and cheeks, where their scent glands are, they love marking you with their smell. The base of the ears, and gentle strokes from the top of the head down the spine to the tail base. These areas trigger relaxation and bonding responses, not defensive reflexes. You can show your cat far more affection by learning to read their body language and touching them where they actually like it, rather than following your human instinct. We're halfway through. The next point is almost invisible, but it creates some of the deepest emotional damage of all. Number 6, you punish your cat, or your rules are inconsistent. On Monday, your cat jumps on the kitchen counter and you lift them down. On Tuesday, you're too tired and they jump up and you ignore it. On Wednesday, you're slicing salmon, they jump up and you give them a little piece. On Thursday, guests are over, they jump on the dining table and you shout and chase them off. From the outside, this looks like normal cat management in a normal household. From inside your cat's brain, it is chaos and profoundly unfair. Cats don't moralize. They don't think, I shouldn't be on the table because it violates human etiquette. They think in patterns, this action produces this outcome. More critically, cats are animals utterly dependent on consistency and predictability. Change and uncertainty are among the biggest stressors for a cat. When the outcome for the same action varies randomly, depending on what you're eating, how tired you are, or whether guests are present, your cat cannot build a reliable rule book for the world. And a cat that cannot predict the consequences of its actions is a stress cat. Stressing cats manifests as over-grooming, licking themselves bald, hiding, eliminating outside the litter box, and unprovoked aggression. What looks like a bad temper or spitefulness in a cat almost never is. It is the somatic expression of anxiety. The cat who knows they're not allowed on the table but does it anyway. The cat who only misbehaves when you're not looking. These are often cats who were never given a consistent enough environment to establish a sense of security in the first place. This doesn't require you to become a strict disciplinarian. It just requires agreement. Everyone in the household needs to respond to the same behaviors the same way. Counters are either allowed or they aren't. If you don't want them on the dining table, never sabotage that rule by occasionally feeding them a bite up there. Your cat will reward you with a more relaxed, more sociable, less hidey personality because they finally understand the rules of the world they live in. Number 7, when they're trying to communicate with you, you ignore them. Or worse, you misunderstand them. Your cat meows at the door. You think they're hungry, so you fill the bowl. They don't eat. They keep meowing. You think they're bored, so you pull out the wand toy. They don't play. They sit there, slow blink at you. You think it's adorable, snap a photo, and go back to your show. Here's what you need to understand. Cats are not mute animals. They just don't speak human. Over 10,000 years of coevolution with humans, cats developed an entire vocabulary specifically for communicating with us. The meows, chirrups, trills, and body postures are meant for us. Adult cats rarely meow at each other. Every sound, every posture is a communication attempt. Walking slowly up to you and turning around, rubbing their head against your hand, sitting on your keyboard, knocking items off the table. These are not random cat things. They are deliberate, specific, and often escalated messages born from previous communication failures. When we consistently misread or fail to respond, cats don't conclude, okay, humans are too dense. They conclude, my needs cannot be met in this environment. And then they either escalate, nighttime yowling, furniture destruction, inappropriate urination, or they shut down. A shut-down cat is the one that sleeps all day, rarely initiates contact, and seems independent and easy. They are not inherently aloof. They have simply stopped believing their signals matter. You don't need to decode every syllable of cat language, but you do need to observe. The cat meowing at the door might not want food. They might want you to check if their litter box is too dirty. The cat sitting on your keyboard might not be trying to annoy you. They are telling you in the most direct way possible, you've been staring at that glowing rectangle too long. Your scent, your attention, your presence, I need some of it. A pause, a glance, an attempt to understand. That's all your cat needs. Don't go anywhere. What's coming next is the thing vets and feline behaviorists say they have to explain at almost every single consultation. Number 8. When they do something you don't like, you yell at them or spray them with water. Your cat scratches the sofa. Your cat knocks a cup off the table. Your cat does parkour across your face at 3 a.m. Your first response is volume or grabbing the spray bottle. Understandable. Very human. And it almost completely, utterly destroys your relationship. When you yell at a cat or spray him with water, here's what happens in their brain. They do not connect your punishment to the bad thing they just did. Cat-associated memory works through immediacy and spatial context. They connect your outburst to right here, right now, and to you. So, from the cat's perspective, the scene is, I was sitting on the sofa, and my owner suddenly turned into a threat that makes scary noises / sprays water at me. You are not teaching them, don't scratch the sofa. You are teaching them, my owner is unpredictable and dangerous. Research on feline stress responses consistently shows that punitive correction is almost entirely ineffective with cats and significantly increases their anxiety levels, hiding behavior, and the incidence of stress-related illnesses. A cat that stops scratching the sofa because they're afraid of you hasn't learned, sofa is not for scratching. They've learned, don't scratch the sofa when the owner's around. When you leave, they'll scratch it even more. Because scratching is a natural stress relief behavior for cats, and you have now become the biggest stressor in their life. The effective way to communicate with cats looks like this. Make the bad behavior impossible to perform while simultaneously providing an outlet for the good behavior. Cat scratching the sofa? Apply double-sided tape or aluminum foil to the sofa. Textures cats hate. And place a catnip-infused sisal scratching post right next to it. Cat jumping on the table? Place a few empty soda cans on the edge. They make a noise when knocked over, a noise associated with the table itself, not you. And provide a taller cat tree nearby, where they are allowed to be high up. This principle, make the unwanted behavior difficult and unrewarding while making the desired behavior easy and rewarding, works for virtually every cat. It works with how a cat learns rather than making you the villain in their story. Number 9, you forcibly pick them up, hold them down, or restrain their movement. Your cat is dozing in a patch of sunlight. You think they look impossibly cute, so you walk over and scoop them up into your arms. They struggle. You hold tighter. They growl low in their throat. You try to soothe them. They finally break free, leap down, and stalk away, leaving you staring at their offended back. Here's the thing about forcibly holding a cat. Cats do not experience it as an embrace of love. They experience it as being captured. In the feline world, one cat pinning another down means one of two things: mating or fighting. Having all 4 paws off the ground, movement restricted, is a state of total loss of control. For an animal that is both predator and prey, loss of control equals a threat to survival. When humans forcibly pick up a cat, even out of love, even gently, we are speaking a very clear word in their instinctual language. You have no escape. Over time, cats that are routinely scooped up against their will, held down for nail trims, or chased down for medication, develop what behaviorists call touch defensiveness. They become the cat who ducks their head the moment you reach out, the cat you describe to friends as a little spicy. They weren't born with a bad temper. They were taught by love that a human hand reaching for me means I'm about to lose control of my own body. This doesn't mean you can never hold your cat. It means you must let the cat decide if, when, and for how long holding happens. Crouch down, extend a single finger. If the cat rubs their cheek against it, you may attempt a gentle stroke. If the cat jumps onto your lap, enjoy their presence. But don't immediately wrap your arms around them. The second your cat signals enough, tip of the tail twitching, ears rotating, muscles tensing, release them immediately. A cat that knows they can leave at any moment is a cat that will choose to stay longer. Number 10, you leave them alone for too long without providing enough enrichment. Cats are frequently described as low-maintenance pets. That description has harmed countless cats. Cats are not low maintenance. They are doesn't need to be walked daily animals. The difference is vast. Cats are highly intelligent, intensely territorial predators. In nature, they spend vast portions of their day patrolling territory, tracking scent trails, ambushing prey, and observing their environment from secure, high vantage points. Their bodies and brains are literally designed to process this complex information. Then we put them in a 2-bedroom apartment for 10 hours a day with an automatic feeder, a litter box, and a stuffed mouse that doesn't move. In feline behavioral terms, this is called sensory deprivation. And a sensory-deprived cat is a cat slowly withering mentally. The resulting behavior problems: midnight zoomies, over-grooming to the point of baldness, eliminating outside the litter box, knocking every single item off every single surface, aggression. These are not a cat being crazy. They are symptoms. They are the hunting instinct, the exploring instinct, the territorial instinct with nowhere to go, squeezing out through the cracks as distress signals. The solution doesn't require you to move to a house with a yard. It requires you to look at your home from your cat's perspective. Are there high places for them to be? Cat trees, wall shelves, top of the bookcase? Is there a window to watch the birds? Cat TV. Are there cardboard boxes or tunnels to hide in? Are there things that change daily to explore? A crumpled paper ball, a puzzle toy with hidden treats, and that one simple, irreplaceable thing, a solid 10 minutes of dedicated play with a wand toy every single day, letting them actually catch the prey, completing the full instinctual sequence of track, stalk, pounce, capture. Your cat gets one life, and the vast majority of that life is spent within the four walls of your home. That's not their fault. Everything they feel about their world, whether it's boring or enriching, safe or anxious, is determined by you. When you see the world through your cat's eyes rather than through the label of easy pet, what you get in return is a cat that truly lives with you, not just in your house. So those are the 10 things. And the truth that ties all of them together is this. Your cat is not asking for a perfect, never makes a mistake owner. They are asking for respect, predictability, and your willingness to learn just a little bit of their language. Every single thing on this list is changeable, starting today. Starting the next time you look away from your cat so they can blink first. Starting the next time you come home, calmly put down your keys and wait for them to come rub against you. If this video made you think differently about your cat, share it with someone else who loves theirs. Subscribe to us for more content built on real behavioral science. And leave a comment telling us which one of these surprised you most. We read every single one.